Tom Riddle, Lord Voldemort, the Dark Lord, he who shall not be named. Just some of the names he's gone by since his emergence as the biggest threat to wizarding society since Gellert Grindelwald terrorized in the 30s and 40s. Now, Voldemort was no doubt extremely powerful, stretching and testing the boundaries of magic like no other. We know he had a rough childhood, that's no secret, but at what point did he decide to go past the point of no return? More importantly, what caused him to embrace a life of evil and power when he had the potential for success upon a very different path? In today's video, I'm going to dive right into Tom Riddle's mind and try to explain how and why he became so evil. So stick with me, guys, step back into the world of Harry Potter and enjoy today's video. So guys, I'm going to start the video with a rather blunt statement, and that is, evil is in the eye of the beholder, and this was certainly the case with Tom Riddle. From a reader's standpoint, I don't think there's a single Harry Potter fan that doesn't consider Lord Voldemort a truly evil man either. So trying to explain how, or even why Tom Riddle became so evil isn't the easiest thing to do, or video to make, because we've got to look at it from an outside perspective and also his perspective, which I can see being similar but also different at certain points. Now, there's always a point for any villain when they approach the no way back mark or the point of no return. And Tom Riddle kind of transitioned over time, over the years. I think many of us can agree that he didn't get the best start in life. His father didn't want him, and his own mother just gave up on life, showing that it was her love for his father rather than him that kept her going. The boy grew up with a lot of resentment. He grew up not knowing what having a proper mother and father was like, and he resented the world because he never got that chance. Why did he not get the chance, but so many others did? So that resentment transitioned into anger at a very young age, a lot of anger, which created the monster within him. Now, this monster gave Tom a power that set him on his path to glory, you could say, and that was the power of not having a conscience, a guilt-free experience. His first wrongdoing came very early during his time in Wold's orphanage. Tom's magical abilities came in quite early. He wasn't sure why he was able to do the things that he could do, like move objects with his mind and talk to snakes. He took his own unhappiness and emptiness out on his fellow orphans. Most notably, Dennis Bishop and Amy Benson. We all know the story. Tom had already displayed his powers to the two children and by those means forced them into a cave. He did something so terrible, so horrible, that the two would never speak of it again. So as we can see, it wasn't a case of minor crimes. Tom Riddle, despite his young age, was causing mental and physical harm to other kids his age. Don't forget, he also stole from his fellow orphans too. And how did he get them to give their things over? By force. He became much more cunning and secretive with his criminal behaviour. Tom, despite his true nature, was academically brilliant. We can't deny that. He did want to be the best he could be. He was set on becoming a first-rate wizard. And that's something that can't be taken away from him. But as I said, he was a lot more cunning as he got older. He was manipulative, multi-dimensional, and had nearly all of his teachers fooled. All except one. It still didn't stop him from taking things to the next level. He was already in the mind frame of wanting to eradicate Muggleborns, basically those unworthy of magic, which we seen with him unleashing the Basilisk, committing murder, and creating a Horcrux, which makes framing Hagrid all but a timid action when we think of it. The Horcrux, as many of you have guessed, was the point of no return. The fact that he would kill someone for his own benefit really showed just how far he was willing to go. Or killing his father and grandparents for abandoning him, framing his own uncle. Tom was really lost to his own darkness. There was never any hesitance from him, and what's worse, even though he appeared to be guilt-free or lack a conscience, it was backed by Tom believing what he was doing was actually right, was actually necessary, sacrifices that need to be made. It was all for the benefit of his vision to come into fruition. And speaking of sacrifices, as more and more of Riddle's humanity left him, nothing would ever come before achieving his goal. No amount of loyalty, dedication or commitment from any of his followers would even be held high in comparison. Just ask Severus Snape, who was coldly murdered for the sake of controlling a wand, when the Dark Lord could not defeat Harry of his own accord. I feel it's more fitting to say Tom Riddle was always destined to be portrayed as evil, and from his actions it's clear to see he was. However, the irony is, he was also so precise, so accurate, that every single action, every horrible, cruel and inhumane action he carried out was justified in his own eyes. Thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate your support. Everyone, notifications of uploads are more important than ever. So please, if you haven't already, turn those notifications on to make sure you're notified the moment my video goes live. Making videos is what I love to do. It's my dream and my passion. However, it does cost time and money to produce this content. So if you have $1 to spare to support me on Patreon in exchange for some exclusive unseen content, then you can click the Patreon link below or at the end of this video. Please only support me if you can afford it. And make sure to follow me on Instagram at InstaDNJ and on Twitter at PotterFolklore. Check out my other videos appearing on screen, and please make sure, most importantly, to hit that subscribe button. Thanks again everyone, and please have a great day.